I've been frustrated the way the Democratic Party continues to turn its back to Israel. I mean, that's old news, honestly.
Would it make you consider switching your party?
I'm saying, like, if they put that in our platform, that Israel, no aid for Israel, and officially become the anti-Israel party, then yeah, that's a red line for me. Democrats, we've always should support Israel. That's our special ally, you know. Democrats in the only democracy in the entire region, that's Israel. So I'm always proud to stand with Israel.
Then leave. Nobody wants you around. I'm not even a Democrat, John, but get the fuck out. I'm sick and tired of you. You are my least favorite Republican. All you do is bitch and moan, and you go on Fox News and you put your head up the ass of Donald Trump. Because that's what you are. Just leave. What is it with you people, you and Jeffries and Schumer's, that you just have this love affair for Israel? Because I want to know, and I have family that are Jewish. My kids are part Jewish, okay? This isn't anti-Semitic. Why are we sending billions of dollars every year when they get universal health care, good housing, good education? Why are we sending $3 billion there where people in this country, 6 million, just lost their goddamn health care? That's what America First is, John. But you're getting paid by Israel. They're giving you hundreds of thousands of dollars so you can come up for re-election, and you got your head so far up Benjamin Netanyahu's ass, you don't even know what day of the week it is. That's why you're really doing this, because you don't want to lose your gravy train. And you know what's really disturbing is that you're going to leave the Democratic Party, which you should because nobody wants you around, because we won't send money to Israel, who's murdered 80,000 people in fucking Gaza. Just think about this for a second. This is how sick John Fetterman is and the Hakeem Jeffries. So what Hamas did was bad to Israel, okay? It was bad. But what you don't do is murder 80,000 people. 10,000 of those, or 20,000, were children. Over half were innocent people that had nothing to do with anything. Israel destroyed 85% of their country, cut off aid, murdered hundreds of reporters. Even when they're watching the World Cup, they're sitting on the rubble of their fucking schools and hotels. And John Fetterman's up here going, you better give more money to Israel or I'm leaving your party. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your mind? You want them to murder more people? They're not defending themselves. This is genocide. It's fucking murder, and it's sick. You know, and I will say this. I saw Hakeem Jeffries give a speech the other day, an interview in the Rotunda, I think it was, or hallway. And somebody asked him the same question. You know, why are you not voting to not fund Israel? Why did you vote against it? Because he says, well, I defend Israel. I'm going to support Israel. And he's like, ask me a serious question. Fuck you, Jeffries. That is a serious question. Why are you sending money to Israel who's murdering innocent children? And they won't talk about it because he's getting paid from Israel. Israel is running our government financially. They're owning it. They're telling them what to say and what to do. Just this week, they pulled funding. And from a former Republican standpoint, I'll tell you this. What's interesting is, and I wasn't very engaged in politics, right? I left the Republican Party in 2016 once the Republican Party voted for Donald Trump because he's a piece of shit, right? The Republicans that call themselves Christians and pro-life and family values voted for a rapist and a pedophile and a felon and all this other crap. I'm like, I am done. Done. I'm not going to be part of this party. I'll say this, and I'm not even a Democrat. I'm an independent, okay? Democrats give a shit about other people. They do. They care about the children in Gaza. So when Hakeem Jeffries and Fetterman go, well, I don't understand why they care. Because they're fucking good people. They have empathy. They do. And that's the same reason that I voted in the last election. I voted for Harris. I voted for women's rights. Doesn't affect me. I voted for gun rights because I don't want children being murdered in schools. I want people to have universal health care because I don't want people that die from health care. I think it should be a human right. I want people to have a higher minimum wage so they're not living paycheck to paycheck. I want people to get out of student loan debt so they can buy a house before they're halfway of being dead. I literally voted for everybody else in this country even though my taxes are going up. You know why? Because I'm not a piece of shit, selfish prick. That's why. And on the other side, all I hear is guns, 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 guns. I don't care if your kid dies in a school. Freedom, freedom, freedom. They don't. The other party voted for a rapist. They didn't care about E. Jean Carroll, the officers that died on January 6th. They don't care about the 40 people that died from gun violence. They don't care of the people the women that die of sepsis. They didn't care about the women that Trump assaulted. They didn't care about the victims at Epstein Island that Donald Trump's protecting. They didn't give a shit about anybody else except he promised them money because they're whores to capitalism. If we had more Zoran Mondamis in this country that actually would say, yeah, I'm going to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu, and he should, because he has an international arrest warrant, an ICC warrant. Why shouldn't he arrest him? He's a fucking criminal. That's not anti-Semitic. And I'm sick of this crap. This is not anti-Semitic. It's, I don't want my money funding a fucking genocide. Why do you? I don't want people to die in Israel, and I don't want people to die in Gaza. Not complicated. I don't want any innocent people to die, just like I don't want Donald Trump raping women in a dressing room or molesting them on Epstein Island, just like I don't want my kids shot in a fucking school with a gun. I don't want anybody to die. Why is this so hard to say? If Israel and Gaza don't get along, you know what? I'm not part of that. But can't you guys just get together and say, you know what? Isn't this enough? Isn't this enough? I get it. We don't like each other. Okay, we got it. Let's just start there, okay? You don't think this is your land. I think it is. You don't think this is your land. I think it is. Can we just agree to disagree and stop killing each other? That's what I would like to see. You have your state. I have my state. We don't like each other. We won't talk to each other. But you know what? Innocent children don't need to die. Why is this fucking more complicated than that? Everybody in the world should want that. No one to be injured. No one to be hurt. But you can't do that, John Fetterman, because you want to pay Israel because you're funding a genocide. There's a special place in hell for people like John Fetterman that's willing to simp for people that are murdering innocent children in Gaza because he's getting paid on the back end. Fuck you, John Fetterman.